So we have discussed in the previous lecture about multiple access techniques, where we have discussed several techniques such as ring token passing or uh, channelization technique, in which we have uh, seen the multiple uh, techniques such as TDMA, FDMA, CDMA, etc., and some random multiple access, in which we have discussed about Aloha techniques and so on. Now we will discuss today about wide LAN. Basically, LAN stands for Local Area Network, in which we will see what are the standards prescribed by the IEEE, and what are the uh, evolution, and further some improvement has been done on the different protocols. Basically, local area network is a computer network designed for a particular limited geographical area, such as you can say for any organization or for any colleges or institute like that. So a computer network designed for a particular small location, that is local area network. In general, all these small geographical locations or the group of computers connected through a internet or wide area network, so that globally connection can be happen. The LAN market has some several technologies such as Ethernet, token ring, token bus, FDDI, ATM LAN. All these are different LAN protocols, techniques that we use. But mainly we will focus about the IEEE standards, that IEEE prescribed some standards about Ethernets. Mostly dominant technology that we are using nowadays is Ethernet technology. See, what IEEE standards given in 1985, a project called 802. Name of the project was Project 802. That was, that have some specific specifications about the technology, and some researchers were working on that, in which you can see the data link layer and physical layer are the most improving layer, that basically specification has been improved, and the most specification has been described for this layer. See, earlier OSI model or internet model, where you have already studied in unit 1 and unit 2, that their lower most layer was physical layer. After that, a data link layer, and further 7 layer was given for OSI standards. Similar to that only, IEEE also prescribes some standards in which lower layers is equivalent to physical layer. See this here. This is basically equivalent to a physical layer, but according to the technology used, that is Ethernet, token ring, token bus, and so on, further many more technology is given. And data link layer is equivalent to LLC and MAC layer for IEEE standards. In OSI model, there was a layer called data link layer. That data link layer is equivalent to a two sub layers. One is LLC and other is MAC layer. Further, MAC layer is different MAC layer used for different technology. See, MAC layer are different for different techniques: Ethernet, token ring, token bus, and so on. But all these technology have logical link layer LLC stands for logical link. Logical link layer. This is a sublayer of equivalent data link layer. This is same for all the technology. See what happened. Basically, data link layer, where in this diagram you can see data link layer basically divided into two sublayers, LLC and MAC layer. Earlier MAC layer we have discussed. In this only multiple access technique has been discussed. See what further improvement has been done. Data link layer for OSI model basically handles with the framing, error control, flow control, and so on, that already you know. But now for the OSI standards, this data link layer is divided into two sublayers, LLC and MAC layer. For IEEE standards project 802, flow control and error control is a part of this logical link control. Basically, error control, flow control, and framing, all these are collected at logical link layer. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And further, basically framing is done at both the sublayers. At some part of the framing is done on LLC and some part of the framing is done on MAC layer. And flow control and error control, these are totally done on LLC layer. These 2 points clear? And LLC provide one single data link control protocol for IEEE LAN, but MAC sublayer provides different protocol for different layer that we have shown in earlier diagram. MAC layer is different for different LAN techniques, but LLC provides a single data link control for all the LAN technique. LLC defines a protocol unit that is somewhat similar to HDLC, high level data link control. Similar, we will see further in the next slide how this is similar. And header of this HDLC is used for flow control and error control. Similarly, in LLC also error control and flow control is used. The two other header failed to define upper layer protocol and at source and destination. In LLC, two different layers, you can say basically protocol, DSAP protocol and SSAP. DSAP is destination for and SSAP for source. In LLC, two layers, this and this, also used. Basically, need of LLC is to provide error control, flow control for the upper layer protocol. See the diagram here. This is a frame of HDLC. This is the frame of LLC, and this is the frame of MAC layer. MAC layer, FCS and FCS, last bit or the basically not a single bit, we see multiple number of bits here. We will see in the framing in the next slide. Similarity of the MAC layer and HDLC is that both use FCS, and similarity of HDLC and LLC PDU is that address, instead of address data, there is a separate source destination, a source address, and separate for destination address. That is used in LLC. And after that, control, here also control. So this is basically a collective similarity between these two layers of these two LLC layer and MAC layer for data link layer, and this is of HDLC. Here, see some example that someone has not muted. Please mute everyone. The background noise is coming from your side. Okay, thank you. Already we have discussed multiple access technique, random access, control access, and channelization, etc. This part already we have done. See that the framing of the some part is also performed at MAC layer. IEEE project 802 has created sublayer called MAC, Media Access Control MAC layer, that defines the specific access method for LAN. CSMA CD. This have, I think, this is the example we have already also seen that Ethernet LAN use this multiple access technique for the media access control. Token ring, token passing technique is used in token ring LAN. And token bus LAN uses also same token passage technique. So these are the some example of the media access control that has been used for different LAN techniques. Now this is all about the MAC layer and LLC layer. Collectively for data link layer, we can say equivalent for OSI model. But what about the physical layer? Physical layer basically deals with a medium used between the transmitter and the receiver. There are multiple number of medium. Basically we are dealing with here, we are studying here wired LAN, isn't it? Wired LAN. So the transferring of data is happening through this wire. So according to the nature of medium that has been used between the transmitter and receiver, there are different LAN. We will see different LAN and what are the impact of different wire on the different LAN technique in subsequent lectures or further. IEEE defined detailed specification for LAN implementation. Means different physical medium that is used for different LAN techniques that has been also specified by the IEEE. For example, although there are only one MAC sublayer for standard Ethernet, there is a different physical layer specification for different implementation. Different implementation means different medium used between the transmitter and receiver. Implementation means, I think you should clear that medium used between transmitter and receiver. For different LAN, there will be a different implementation. Different implementation for different LAN. Now see standard Ethernet. Basically, original Ethernet was created in 1976 at Xerox Palo Alto Research Center, PARC. Since then, it has gone through the 4 generation evolution and further different standards has been prescribed according to the physical layer and MAC layer. See what are the specification for Standard Ethernet technique. Standard Ethernet technique, all 4 generation evolution are the standard Ethernet work for 10 Mbps. After that, some improvement has been done and called fast Ethernet. The maximum speed of this fast Ethernet is 100 Mbps. Further, more improvement has been done on LAN and the name called Gigabit Ethernet. The maximum capacity is 1 Gbps, and further multiple times this Gbps is improved in 10 Gigabit Ethernet. How this improvement has been done, we will see now. Basically, all these improvement been done on the MAC layer, or we can say physical layer, MAC layer and LLC. Collectively MAC, and keep in mind LLC layer and MAC layer are, we can say collectively as data link layer. We will see separate MAC layer and LLC layer and physical layer. Earlier we have discussed MAC layer. See, in standards, after the evolution of standards Ethernet, MAC sublayer govern the operation of access method. If all frame received from upper layer passes to physical layer, generally MAC layer performs the passing of frame from upper layer to a physical layer. The Ethernet frame contains 7 fields in the MAC layer. First, some bits are used for preamble. After that, some bits are used for SFD. After that, DA. After that, SA, and after that, PDU, or we can say the length of the data or the type of the data. And this upper layer data, basically actual data that you have to send, and after that CRC for error control. These are the frame structure that is used in the MAC layer. See, all these first some bit are used for preamble. That number of bit used for the preamble is 7 bytes. Basically, in terms of bit, we can multiply by 8. 56 bits or the 7 byte. Basically, 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. Keep in mind. So here 1 byte is used, 8 number of bit is used for the preamble. After that, SFD. SFD means start frame delimiter. 1 byte of data is used for SFD. After that, destination address DA. 6 bytes means 6 into 8. 48 bit of data is used for destination address. After that, 6 byte or 48 bits of data used for source address. After that, 2 byte of data is used for length of the frame or the type of the frame. Further, actual data or the padding, if lesser number of bit available for actual data, then we should pad or we should add some extra data. So it is called padding. Padding means adding extra some information. Redundant, basically it does not alter the information, so it is padding. After that padding, total maximum 1500 bytes and minimum of 46 byte of data is added here for data and padding part, and 4 byte of CRC for error control or error information detection, error checking and error control. Like this CRC layer uses 4 byte. In this diagram, you can see The use of preamble is basically to alert the receiver for synchronization. Correct timing of transmitter and receiver, basically matching the time. Synchronization means correct reception of data accordingly that has been transmitted from the transmitter. So these 7 bytes are used for alert the receiver that something is coming, some data is coming from some transmitter, and the alert and start your timer so that you can properly synchronize the data. Like these 7 bytes are for this purpose. And after that, 1 byte of data is for warning purpose, that now this is the last chance, so you can start your synchronizer timer. After that you can your data will be receiving. So SDF is for warning the last chance. After that, address, source address, destination address, type of the data, and length of what is the length of the number of byte, basically what are the number of byte, how many length, what is the length of the data given. Further, data, if actual data is of the length of minimum length is 46, if minimum 46 byte of data is given, so no problem, it will fit in this frame. If suppose you have only 60 byte of data, now you have to add some extra 6 byte of data for redundant to fill only the frame. So adding this extra data is called padding for fitting the data in this frame only. And the maximum capacity of the byte that has been transmitted is 1500. This 1500 maximum rate. After, if you have 1600 data, 1600 byte for the data purpose, you cannot transmit. There will be some loss of data. So there is a limit of this frame structure, that a minimum 46 byte of data and a maximum of 1500 byte of data can be placed in this frame. After, last 4 byte are used for error detection information. So this is all about the frame of MACsec layer. Now in this diagram, see, first 2 block, one is preamble block and other is SFD block. These 2 block basically is at physical layer header.
हेलो नमस्कार, मैं अंजलि शर्मा बात कर रही हूँ कौन बनेगा करोड़पति डिपार्टमेंट से।
And the rest, these 7 and this 1 byte, total 8 byte of data is from physical layer header, and rest from this destination address to this CRC block, all these are at actual MAC frame. See, all these maximum, according to this minimum and maximum byte of the data, 46 byte and 1500 byte, there is a maximum length of this MAC frame. If 46 byte of payload length, so total minimum frame length will be 64 byte. See, 6 byte, 6 byte, 2 byte and 4 byte, total 6, 6, 6. 18 this data and this data. Total 18 byte of data is for non-payload, and minimum payload data is 46 byte. So the minimum length of this frame will be 64. If data payload maximum length 56 byte is given, so the maximum length of the frame will be 1500, and this 80, total 1580. This is in terms of byte. If you multiply this data with 8, you will get the result in terms of bit. 5 12 bit and 12,144 bits. These two are the maximum and minimum length of the MAC frame. Now see the Ethernet address. Ethernet address uses 12 hexadecimal digits. First 2 bits, second 2 bit, third 2 bits. Basically, this is not a bit. This is this 0 is representative hexadecimal. Hexadecimal represents in 4 bit. This second data also in 4 bit. This is also in hexadecimal. This 40 is also in term of hexadecimal, so in 4 bit. Total 4 bit. Each data is in terms of hexadecimal, so represented in 4 bit. So you can say here 12 hexadecimal digits are present, and each digit is represented in 4 bit. So total 12 into 4 is equal to 48 bits is used for the hexadecimal for the Ethernet address representation. For this bit, if you want to represent in byte, divide by 8. Divide by 8. This is equal to 6 byte. 6 byte data is used for the address purpose. For the destination also, for the destination as well as for source. So total source and destination each uses 6 byte of data. Now, according to the representation, there is a 3 type of transmission technique, you can say, that is called. One is unicast transmission, other is multicast, one other is also broadcast transmission. So there are 3 types of transmission, and according how this type of transmission is categorized by the frame representation or the address representation of this MAC layer. Suppose first byte is 8 bit. Total address layer address frame is equal to 48 bit, isn't it, or 6 byte. Suppose this all are the 1 byte representation, 1 byte, 2 byte, 3 byte, 6 byte. If the data available at the last position of the first byte. Data available at the last of the first byte. This is the first byte, this is second byte, this is third byte. In this location, if data is 0, then it is called a unicast. Or in other words, you can say, if you place 0 in this position, the transmission will be unicast. If the location, at this location, data is 1, then the transmission is called multicast. Rest, all other type of data are called broadcast. Basically, unicast, multicast, and broadcast, all these are source address only uses unicast, and a destination address can be unicast, multicast, and broadcast. This is the major difference, that address used by the destination address and source address. Why source station uses only unicast address? Because source is a single entity that transmits some data, but there may be a multiple number of receiver, or there may be a single number of receiver. So for the single transmitter, there is a chance that multiple number of receiver may happen. But you cannot say that multiple number of transmitter transmit the data for a single receiver. In that case, multiple very large collision may happen, or the destruction may happen on the channel, or different unknown phenomena may happen. So this is a type of address. One type of address is unicast address, other type of address is multicast, and other type of address is broadcast. These are the type of address. For the source address, this is only one, unicast, and for destination address, they may be unicast, multicast, and broadcast. The least significant bit of the first byte defines the type of address. If the bit is 0, the address is unicast. Otherwise, it is called multicast. Or in other words, you can say the broadcast is a special category of multicast, isn't it? Where all the bit will be 1. The broadcast destination address is the special case of multicast address, in which all bits are 1. The first byte in this, all the bits is 1. It means this is a kind of special kind of multicast, or you can say broadcast. This is the example according to the concept discussed here. You can go through this and try to understand. Solution is also given, so no need to discuss here, isn't it? So this It is all about the MAC layer and LLC layer. Now coming to the physical layer of standard Ethernet. Physical layer of standard Ethernet basically uses 4 type of channels for the medium. One is called, there are lots of channel may happen or the implementation technique, but basically we will concentrate on this 4. 10 base 5, 10 base 2, 10 base T and 10 base F. This 10 stands for the capacity. This 10 stands for capacity, means 10 Mbps, 10 megabit per second. Here also 10 base means 10 megabit per second. All these implementation technique, the maximum capacity will be 10 Mbps. This 5 represent the type of the cable used. Here F stands for optical fiber. Optical fiber. T stands for twisted pair cable. UTP means unsealed twisted pair. Base 2 means thin coaxial cable, and base 5 used for thick coaxial cable. See, in this physical layer, these 4 types of medium used between the transmitter and receiver, or you can say the nodes or the station connected through these mediums, either by thick coil or the thin coil or the unsealed twisted pair or the optical fiber cable. All these are used for the medium between the different nodes. There are multiple numbers of nodes connected to this thick coil. According to this nature of physical behavior, this medium, you can also categorize what may be the advantage or what may be the disadvantage for this all 4 type of implementation. For all, there may be there is some coding technique also performed according to the to improve the data transmission or to maximum utilization of the bandwidth. The digital signaling technique called Manchester encoding or the Manchester decoding, reverse of the encoding is called decoding. This type of signaling technique is used in this twisted pair cable. At the sender, the data is converted to a digital signal using the Manchester coder, and at the receiver, this received signal is interpreted as the Manchester decoded and finally decoded into the original data. In the block diagram also given here that the maximum 10 Mbps data is given to a encoder, and finally this signaling technique encodes the given data and finally transmitted through this link. And if this node is a kind of receiver, in that case the received signal is the encoded signal, and it goes into the Manchester decoder. Finally, actual data will be received. Now see base 5 implementation. Base 5 is a thick wire or coaxial cable, thick coaxial cable. Thick coaxial cable, basically it is not easy to handle. When you want to install a very large dimension anything, the installation is not so easy. If this is a wire, so somewhere you have to bend or somewhere you have to cut. So stiffing uh, to bend is not so easy. Cutting is also not so easy. Installation not easy, and degradation of this type of uh, network is fast. So in general, if you have to use, this is for the very less length purpose, for the very smaller area. Maximum length that this is used for the 500 meter, is half kilometer. That's why this is 5. Basically this type of, you can say that for the outer purpose, for the very uh, out of the city or the very degraded area where uh, the hard thing can be, degradation is less. In open environment, you can say, simply in that place this type of cable is used. The connection from the network or the node through this channel is used or the connected by the transceiver, instrument used between this actual node and the medium is transceiver, connected through the very thin or the transceiver cable. A different cable is used for the connection through this actual cable and your node station by this transceiver node. So according to this diagram, you can easily see the collision only happen in this thick coaxial cable, because from this each connecting point where this station is connected, a separate thin wire is present. Separate thin wire is present. Here also separate thin wire is present. So for this separate, there will be a no collision, because only this is for separate. This line is used for the single node. But after placing the data on this actual thick cable, there may be the collision chance. So one thing you have to keep in mind, that collision may happen only in the thick cable, not in the thin cable connected through this transceiver node. This is about the thick coaxial wire. Now 10 base 10 base 2 implementation. It is a thin cable, so easy to install, but since this is a thick, so it is very uh, easy to cut or bend. And you can say, but there is a disadvantage of this cable, that this cable cannot put outside the very tough environment, because very soft and very sophisticated, so it will destroy it very fast. So it is used in the somewhere very good place where no very environmental effect is present. So we can say inner side of the campus, inner side of the compound. That's why the length is smaller. 158 or around 200 meter. This is 2 stands for around 200 meter length maximum we can use. Base stand for baseband signaling is used in this uh, transmitter in this channel, and 10 stand for 10 Mbps. The connection between node and this cable is through a T connector. T connector. there is no separate thin wire between the cable and the node. Directly, the node can be connected through this node and this cable. Earlier, the connector is transceiver connector. Here, T connector is used for the smaller purpose. Here also you can see collision will only happen in this thin cable. Another type of cable is 10 base T. This T is twisted or unsealed twisted pair cable. Twisted pair cable basically have two paths. Twisted pair cable required basically two cable. So for the transmitter and receiver there will be a separate cable. So we can say the path for transmitter and path for receiver will be different. There will be a two path, one for sending purpose and one for receiving purpose. That's why all these two pair or the single pair, sorry, all these two wire or the single pair is connected through this hub, so that each node can transmit through a single wire and receive through a single wire. Each node can transmit or they receive with its own channel, because each node is connected through a two wire. One pair means two wire. That's why the collision will not happen in this cable. Where the collision happen? The collision will happen in this hub, where each node is connected. And another kind of implementation is 10 base F. Here 10 Mbps baseband signaling and fiber. Here also you have to connect all these nodes through a hub. This is similar to the twisted pair, but this metallic cable is replaced by a non-metallic cable. That is called optical fiber. Non-metallic cable is this is optical fiber. So here also there is a two paths, one for reception and one path for transmission. So here, since two path, each two path for the separate nodes, so the collision will not happen in this twisted pair cable. In this optical fiber cable, because the connection is separate for separate node. But the collision will happen in this hub, where each node are connected. So collision is happening hub. This type of implementation used in is called basically star topology, है ना? Star topology इस तरह का होता है. So 10 base T and 10 base F, these two implementation uses star topology. So this type of key point you can keep in mind. And other was 10 base 5 and 10 base 2. These two may happen for ring topology or the type of topology. So this is all about the physical layer. So I think I should stop here in this lecture, we have seen the standard Ethernet technique and some standard prescribed by the IEEE. In further lecture, we will see next topic. Thank you for today's class. If anyone have any kind of doubt, you can ask. If no doubt, you may leave.
मीडियम होगा सर।
Yes.
सर डाटा लिंक लेयर विदाउट मीडियम होगा।
सॉरी, नहीं सुनाई दे रहा, फिर से बोलो।
सर कह रहे हैं कि डाटा लिंक लेयर जो है वो सर विदाउट मीडियम होगा।
तुम्हारा आवाज बहुत गूंज रहा है, कुछ सुनाई नहीं दे रहा। थोड़ा माइक को थोड़ा दूर रख के बोलो।
सर कह रहे हैं कि जो डाटा लिंक लेयर है
यस।
सर वो विदाउट मीडियम होगा।
डेटा लिंक लेयर
विदाउट मीडियम वायरलेस।
नहीं, जो भी प्रोटोकॉल है जो पढ़ रहे हैं अभी, वो वायर्ड मीडियम के लिए भी है, वायरलेस मीडियम के लिए भी है। तो अब तक जो डिस्कस किए वो सारे प्रोटोकॉल वायर्ड मीडियम के लिए है। वायरलेस मीडियम के लिए फिजिकल लेयर कहने का मतलब है ऑल अबाउट द फिजिकल मीडियम अवेलेबल इन दिस नेचर और इन्वायरमेंट। और क्या डेटा लिंक लेयर है, द प्रोटोकॉल डील्स विद द डेटा दैट विल ट्रांसमिट थ्रू दिस फिजिकल मीडियम। ओके, प्रोटोकॉल यूज फॉर द डेटा। उस डेटा में क्या क्या प्रोटोकॉल लगाना है, कैसा फ्रेमिंग होना चाहिए, कैसा एरर कंट्रोल होना चाहिए, इस तरह का जो है उसमें फ्रेमिंग और एरर कंट्रोल, डिटेक्शन, लेंथ ऑफ द एड्रेस, सोर्स एड्रेस, डेस्टिनेशन एड्रेस, ये सारे जो है ये सब डेटा के बारे में स्टडी है। तो ये हो गया तुम्हारा डेटा लिंक लेयर में आ गया। अब उस डेटा में जो भी डील होगा वो फिजिकल मीडियम के थ्रू होगा, तो वो फिजिकल मीडियम के बारे में जो स्टडी करेंगे उसमें जो प्रोटोकॉल कंसिडर करेंगे वो हो गया फिजिकल लेयर प्रोटोकॉल। अब डेटा लिंक लेयर में जो भी प्रोटोकॉल है वो तो वायरलेस मीडियम के लिए भी उस तरह का रख सकते हैं, नो इशू। क्या दिक्कत है, वो डेटा के साथ डील कर रहा है, डेटा है। अब उसको ट्रांसमिट करना है वायरलेस, तो वहाँ पे फिजिकल मीडियम को वायरलेस मीडियम की तरह कंसिडर करके फिर उसमें प्रोटोकॉल देखेंगे क्या सब होगा। ठीक है
सर, जैसे कोएक्सियल केबल और फाइबर ऑप्टिक्स है सर।
क्या है?
तो सर जैसे कोएक्सियल केबल और फाइबर ऑप्टिक केबल,
हाँ
सर इसको तो हम चैनल बोलते हैं, तो यहाँ लेयर क्यों बोल रहे हैं?
चैनल बोलते हैं तो यहाँ क्या बोल रहे हैं?
लेयर मतलब बोल रहे हैं कि लेयर है।
लेयर, प्रोटोकॉल को लेयर बोल रहे हैं। उस चैनल में जो प्रोटोकॉल मतलब क्या हुआ, एक तरह का रूल डिफाइन करना। प्रोटोकॉल इज बेसिकली अ रूल और यू कैन से अनरिटन मेथड, और इस तरह का कुछ एक फेनोमेना जो कन्वेंशन है कि वो यूज करेंगे। तो लेयर वो चीज़ है। कहने का मतलब लेयर वो जो है वो एक रूल का कलेक्शन ऑफ रूल। ठीक है, ग्रुप ऑफ रूल दैट हैज बीन यूज्ड फॉर दिस लेयर, collection of rule for this medium, for this channel। और वायर के ट्विस्टेड पेयर के लिए क्या क्या रूल लगाएंगे, ठीक है, और क्या क्या उसका नोमेनक्लेचर है, वो अलग अलग फेनोमेना है, किस तरह का कनेक्शन होना चाहिए। जैसे वायर्ड कोएक्सियल केबल है तो उसमें कोएक्सियल केबल के लिए टी कनेक्टर, और ट्विस्टेड पेयर के लिए जो है कनेक्शन होगा वो हब के थ्रू करेंगे। तो ये एक रूल हो गया ना कि जब भी ट्विस्टेड पेयर यूज करेंगे तो वो दैट कनेक्शन विल बी इन टर्म ऑफ स्टार टोपोलॉजी एंड दैट रिक्वायर्ड हब एंड एक्स्ट्रा इलेक्ट्रॉनिक इंस्ट्रूमेंट। तो ये एक रूल हो गया ना। ऑल दिस रूल इज कलेक्टिवली कॉल्ड फिजिकल लेयर। फिजिकल लेयर वो एक रूल है। वो तो फिजिकल लेयर का मतलब ये नहीं है कि वो एक तुम्हारा केबल है।
अच्छा
केबल में अप्लाई होने वाले रूल को फिजिकल लेयर में बोल रहे हैं कि फिजिकल लेयर में इतना रूल है, ये सारा केबल में अप्लाई करेंगे। डिफरेंट डिफरेंट केबल रहेगा तो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट उसके लिए रूल इस लेयर में रखा गया है। ठीक है। और ये सारे लेयर जो भी प्रोटोकॉल पढ़ रहे हैं, ये प्रोटोकॉल कोई अब देखने का चीज़ नहीं है, कोई हार्डवेयर नहीं है, कुछ इसके तुम छेड़छाड़ नहीं कर सकते हो। ये सब एक रूल है, ये सब एक कन्वेंशन है कि इस तरह का है तो इस तरह का यूज करना है, इस तरह का है तो इस तरह का यूज करना है। तो ये कोई फिजिकल अवेलेबल डिवाइस नहीं है कि तुम इसको देख रहे हो ये फिजिकल लेयर है, ये देखो ये डेटा लिंक लेयर है। वो तो डायग्राम वगैरह दिखा रहे हैं कि ये सब डायग्राम, ये सब इस तरह का लेयर है। सबसे पहले जो भी रूल लगाएंगे उसको रखेंगे फिजिकल लेयर रूल में, उसके बाद फिर डेटा के साथ कुछ छेड़खानी करेंगे तो उसको रखेंगे डेटा लिंक लेयर में, उसके साथ फिर और कुछ छेड़खानी करेंगे डेटा नेटवर्क के साथ, उसको रखेंगे नेटवर्क लेयर में। तो इस तरह से वो तो डायग्राम बना के देख रहे हैं। वो फिजिकल तुम्हारे हाथ में, मेरे हाथ में अवेलेबल तो है नहीं कुछ उसका। फिजिकल अवेलेबल तो तुम्हारा डेटा भी नहीं है हाथ में। वो तो डेटा डायरेक्टली जनरेट होगा किसी डिवाइस से, या मेरे मुंह से जो बोल रहे वो साउंड होगा, उसको फिर कन्वर्ट करेगा इलेक्ट्रिकल पल्स में, तो डेटा वो बन गया आगे। उसको तो देख भी नहीं पा रहे हैं ना। देखने वाला चीज़ तो फिजिकल वो वायर है।
सर ये इथरनेट के बेस पर सर इसकी स्पीड डिपेंड होती है सर।
हम्म।
सर जो इथरनेट है उसमें कहना 200 Mbps ऐसे स्पीड बता रहे हैं सर।
हम्म।
तो उसके इथरनेट के बेस पे स्पीड डिपेंड है कि डाटा की स्पीड कितनी होगी।
इथरनेट तो एक टेक्निक हो गया ना, एक डेटा की स्पीड तो मॉड्यूलेशन टेक्निक पर डिपेंड करेगी। उस बीच में जो नोड्स के बीच में या ट्रांसमीटर और रिसीवर के बीच में जो मीडियम यूज कर रहा है, उस मीडियम पे डिपेंड करेगा। तो इथरनेट के लिए भी डिफरेंट डिफरेंट मीडियम यूज करके स्पीड बढ़ाया जा सकता है। वही आगे देखेंगे। हम लोग इथरनेट के बारे में ही पढ़ रहे हैं बेसिकली। तो अभी 10 Mbps के लिए बेसिकली 4 टाइप्स ऑफ फिजिकल मीडियम देखे, वायर्ड, कोएक्सियल केबल, ऑप्टिकल फाइबर, ये सब। इसी मीडियम को और इम्प्रूव किया जा सकता है तो स्पीड बढ़ जाएगा। मॉड्यूलेशन टेक्निक में मैनचेस्टर कोडिंग देखे थे। बेसिकली एक टाइप का ये भी कोडिंग टेक्निक है, वो जो इलेक्ट्रिकल पल्स को, सिग्नल को बेसबैंड सिग्नल में बदलता है। ठीक है। तो ये कोडिंग टेक्निक को भी यदि इम्प्रूव किया जा सकता है, कोडिंग टेक्निक को इम्प्रूव करके कुछ ऐसा कोडिंग टेक्निक हो जो उस हाई कैपेसिटी चैनल, जो मैक्सिमम बहुत हाईवे, एक सीधा ऐसे एग्जाम्पल समझो। घर से निकलते हो, मोहल्ले गली में छोटा रोड है ना, पतला छोटा रोड है। साइकिल से निकलते हो, बाइक से निकलते हो, कितनी स्पीड से ट्रेवल कर सकते हो? साइकिल से निकलते हो तो 10 किलोमीटर 15 किलोमीटर, बाइक से निकलते हो तो 50-60 किलोमीटर की स्पीड से निकलते हो घंटे में, इस तरह का स्पीड। अब सपोज करो कि उस रोड से को एकदम 6 लेन हाईवे बना दिया गया मोहल्ले से, लेकिन तुम अभी भी निकल रहे हो साइकिल से, बाइक से, क्या कर पाओगे? तो रोड भी जिस हिसाब का होना चाहिए, तुम्हारे पास 4 व्हीलर हो, बहुत अच्छी गाड़ी हो जिसका कैपेसिटी 500 किलोमीटर पर आवर की स्पीड से हो, इस तरह का रहे, तो फिर डेटा ट्रेवल फास्ट होगा। अब बुलेट ट्रेन 120 किलोमीटर या 200 किलोमीटर पर आवर की स्पीड से चलती है। बुलेट को खेत में दौड़ा दो और तुम पैदल खेत में दौड़ो, खुद से, कुछ नहीं, बिना किसी डिवाइस का, बिना किसी वो गैजेट्स का, पैर हाथ का यूज करके तुम खुद ज़्यादा स्पीड से दौड़ पाओगे या बुलेट ट्रेन एक पूरा खेत फील्ड में? बताओ।
उधर ही ज्यादा स्पीड।
पैदल ज़्यादा स्पीड चल पाओगे, बुलेट ट्रेन तो वहाँ एक जगह जहाँ रखोगे वहीं धंस जाएगा, मिट्टी में मिल जाएगा। तो बुलेट ट्रेन एक हो गया तुम्हारा टेक्निक मॉड्यूलेशन का। मॉड्यूलेशन टेक्निक भी इम्प्रूव वर्जन का हो, जो मॉड्यूलेशन टेक्निक सपोर्ट करे उस तरह के मीडियम को। ठीक है। तो वो तुम्हारा रोड या बुलेट ट्रेन का ट्रैक, वो हो गया मीडियम। तो इस तरह की यदि मॉड्यूलेशन टेक्निक और मीडियम को भी यदि बढ़ा दिया जाए तो इंटरनेट फास्ट काम करने लगेगा। है ना? ठीक है,
ठीक है।
ओके, थैंक यू।